everybody! Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Today we are focusing on the June TBR, more specifically my summer reading plans. Summer is one of my favorite seasons next to spring. June 21st is like my second birthday or something. I love June. I love summer. June through August is like when I get my best reading done. My favorite books I read during the summer. Fun fact, when I was a kid and like let's say I would get books for like Christmas or my birthday, I would always wait to read that book for summer. So I guess for summer I'm more of a mood reader. Like I'll look at a book and I'll know for sure that's gonna be my summer read, right? But that was a while ago and I haven't had a real summer read or like a book that I've picked up in the last year or two where I'm like, this is gonna be my summer book, because like I said, I haven't really been a big reader in the last few years. So what I did was I came up with this idea. So for June, July, and August, I'm going to focus on I think it's like 5 or 6 major genres. I'm gonna read one book from each major genre and I'm gonna see which book to me for that month feels like the quintessential summer book. And hopefully I get like all of them right and I'm just like in love with all the books that I read this summer. I think it's 5 or 6 major categories that I'm basing my summer reading off of for the next 3 months is sci-fi, fantasy, I believe historical fiction, romance, YA, contemporary. Oh, horror or thriller. So I'm either gonna read a horror or a thriller, but not both at the same time. I'm so excited for the books I have. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So the first book I have is it epitomizes summer reading for me. I read this author when I was in middle school and high school. Every year I would only get one of her books because I wanted to savor each book and I wanted to make sure that I had enough books to read for years to come, because she's written a bunch of books. And I would only read her books for the summer, and I got this book maybe 2 years ago expecting to read it during the summer and I didn't, so it's been on my shelf for a while. But now that I'm doing this, I'm like, you know what, take it off the shelf. It's ready to be read. I'm excited, and that is Sarah Dessen, Once and For All. She is like my quintessential summer author. Besides her, it was J.K. Rowling for Harry Potter, but I'm done with the series and she still has books coming out. I think she has like 2 more that I haven't read. I've read nearly all her books, so I'm very proud of myself. And I have signed copies too. Like that's how much I love Sarah Dessen. I had her sign those books and they're on my shelf. Those are like the only signed books that I have. So I am very excited to read this book. It's about this girl, I think her name is Luna. It's spelled funny, it's spelled L-O-U-N-A, so I think it's Luna. She's kind of sick of love. She's seen, marriages fall apart because her mom is a wedding planner. But there's this guy, this bad boy, this serial dater who wants to date her. So the question is though, can he convince her that he's good enough for her to take a chance on? Who knows, we'll see, right? This one is going to be my YA contemporary. Next, I am very, very excited for this book. This book I have been wanting to read since I saw the TED Ed video explaining the book. I'm gonna link that in the description in case you want to check it out, because I've never heard of this book before, and since watching that video I just got so excited. And I feel like I was ahead of the curve because the book is being made into a movie, and I found out about the book before it was being made into a movie. So the minute I wanted to get the book, it was sold out because everyone found out it was going to be a movie and they wanted to read it. So it made me so mad, but my sister was able to snag a beautiful copy for me and I'm going to read it this month, and that is Dune by Frank Herbert. I'm so excited for this book. This book is gonna be I've been waiting for this book since the beginning of the year. I'm so excited to read this book. This book is a thick book. I think she's over like 600 pages, but you know what? It's gonna be a good time. I don't know if I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon or if I'm just gonna read a little bit like day by day, because I kind of want this book to last forever. But I mean, on the plus side, this is a series, so when I finish this one I could just move on to the next one, and I'm already predicting this is gonna be 5 stars for me. I mean, beyond the story, look at the cover. Jesus, that is so nice. One of the things I don't like about hardbacks is the dust jacket is beautiful, but then when you get to the actual book, it's whack. Like the inside is whack. There's nothing there. And when I'm reading a book, especially when I'm like moving around with that book, I don't have the dust jacket on. I don't want to ruin the dust jacket. So make the inside, make the book just as beautiful as the dust jacket. And people don't do that for some reason. So I don't know, whatever. This one's gorgeous. I'm excited for this one. I'm not going to talk about what this book is about. I want you all to follow the link that I'm going to leave in my description. The TED Ed video is going to explain why you should read this book, and the narrator is going to explain it a lot better than I am. So I'm gonna leave y'all to that. Please watch it. Frank Herbert, he was an avid environmentalist, and it took him 5 years to write this book. And I appreciate books that the author had to take a lot of time to research and develop the story. When I read Michael Crichton's book Jurassic Park, and I realized, or I guess I researched who this man was and the work that went into writing Jurassic Park, I was like, no wonder this is one of my favorite books. So I'm really excited for this. A lot of work, a lot of time went into it, and I'm just gonna appreciate it for that much more. And speaking of books that take the author a while to write, that I'm also excited to read and I believe is gonna be a 5-star book, is The End of October by Lawrence Wright. This book was released in April 2020, and it is actually pretty appropriate for this year because it's about a virus that attacks the world, and people who are sick have to stay quarantined. Where have I heard that before? It's one of the reasons why I picked this book. So yeah, the dust jacket, really nice, right? But then as soon as you take it off, womp womp, boring. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so I'm excited to read this one. Lawrence Wright is a lawyer. It took him 5 years to write this book, to do all the research, so I'm going to appreciate it that much more for that reason. I'm going to predict 5 stars for this, and it's going to be a good time. This is a medical thriller for the PopSugar Reading Challenge, covering Chekhov medical thriller, and for my personal summer reading challenge, this is a thriller. So there's that. Next, this author I'm a little hesitant about. I'm worried that I'm not going to enjoy her book. That is because she's very hyped on YouTube, and I feel like authors and books that are hyped on YouTube, to me, usually aren't very entertaining books or the greatest authors, so I'm a little worried. The PopSugar prompt that I'm about to talk about is very difficult to find a book that fits this category. It was read a book featuring one of the 7 deadly sins. And although there are 7, I had a hard time finding a book that I was interested in that talked about one. So this one talks about envy, jealousy, and I have Vicious by V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab is very accomplished. She has written so many books. And this book specifically is about these 2 guys. I believe they go to college together, and instead of being superheroes, they decide to be villains, and they have to go against each other, or they're competing with each other, something like that. So I'm a little worried to read this book. Like I said, it is a hyped book on BookTube. Well, the book is hyped and the author is hyped, so I don't know, we'll see. This is for the summer reading, my personal summer reading challenge. This is a fantasy, the PopSugar. It covers one of the 7 deadly sins, which is envy. And last, for my summer reading, I have Next Year in Havana by, what's her name? Chanel Cleaton. And this book is about a woman from Cuba, or Cuba, however you say it. I like to say Cuba. A woman from Cuba who is talking to her granddaughter about her life in Cuba before she fled. And her granddaughter decides to travel to Cuba to learn more about her grandmother. And there she meets like this man, and I think she's gonna fall in love or whatever. So I'm excited for this one. This is a Latinx writer. I haven't read a Latinx writer this year. I don't believe I have anyone. I really don't remember. But I'm excited for this one. This is a historical fiction, so it covers that for my personal summer reading challenge. As far as the PopSugar reading challenge, this is set in a country that starts with C. So I'm very excited for this one. A lot of my books kind of intersect with the genre. Like I said, I had like my 5 or 6 for my summer reading challenge, but this one, while it is historical fiction, it's also history. And I had another one. Oh yeah, and Once and For All, I don't want to pick it up because now it's under like 4 other books, but Once and For All, it is a YA, also contemporary, but also romance. So the books kind of intersect, but I'm so excited for June. I'm so excited for the rest of the summer months. Hopefully, I'm really hoping I'll do a haul, because I've been dying to do a haul since I've been having to buy books because my libraries are still closed. So I would love to do a haul, so I kind of want to have July and August planned out so I can just go ahead and get those books now, and maybe buy a few extra books too that I'm really looking forward to reading. And that's all I have. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're reading this summer. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you watch the TED Ed video that I'm going to link in my description talking about Dune. Don't just go watch the movie. We all know the book is always better. Please go watch the video and read the book, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!